Hey guys, today we're going to learn how to make a wooden bed frame. At the end of this video, I'm going to have the blueprints for everything that we've done here today. So we're going to go from this pile of wood and to having no bed frame to getting these results. To start us off, I want to make this frame into 4 separate pieces. So I'm going to have the side here, that's one side, another side, the back, and then the headboard part. So basically I have 2x4s to make a structure. I have these 1x6 to make kind of like to go put it around so it gives it a nicer finish. I have these bolts that I'm going to use to fasten them together. So in the end, these 4 pieces are going to be fastened together with these bolts to finish everything off. So we're going to start off the frame by cutting the 2x4s at the length of 79 inches. Okay, so by the end of it, we should have these 4 pieces that are already cut. So here are the leftover pieces. So these are cut to 79 inches. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the little pieces that we need to put in between to build the frame. So basically it's gonna be something like that. So as you can see, this is how this will fit right in between here, right in there, just like that. All right, let's go ahead and build this. Okay, so I just finished both of them. So here are both of the side pieces. You can see it with the studs. So the outside finish is going to look like that. So the next step is to drill this into place. So let's go ahead and do that. Right, the box spring will sit right here. This is where you will put your feet and stuff. And then this part needs to be closed off with this last wood. So pick the nicest piece here. And then in your case, if you wanted to make it bigger, you could just, extend this part. It would sit a lot higher than this one. Okay, and there you have it. So this is the very first side. So as you can see, I put 3 here. I try to put them here around the top so that they don't show up. So this is what you would see from the outside part of the bed. Okay, so now that we've seen the first one, I'll just go ahead and do the second one with some editing magic. Okay, and there you have it. These 2 sides are now officially done. So we can go ahead and move on to the next step. I was noticing that this was a lot smaller than I had anticipated, unfortunately. So I thought of a good solution, and I think that we can just put some legs there. So if you wanted to put longer, higher legs, it could sit right here. Shorter legs, depending on what you need or what you want. I had to buy one more 2x4 and one more of these 1x6. So I'll make sure I have everything tallied up and everything that I used at the very end, so you don't miss anything. Okay, now that we've finished the 2 sides, we're going to go ahead and do the back. So I'm going to cut the same procedure as we did for the sides. We're going to cut the 2x4s at the length of about 67 inches, 68 inches. So I'll go ahead and cut these ones, 2 of these, one for the top, one for the bottom, and then we're going to put the studs just like we did on the other one. Here the whole thing is together, right? The sides and the back. So the back is a little different, especially in the corners. It's going to go here, but then this one is just a piece that I cut off one of these other studs, and it's going to go here. The reason it's like this, like an L form, is because I have to put these in here. So there's going to be 2. One's going to go right here, one's going to go right here. Okay, so for the next step, now that we have the back end finished, we have it all assembled, we want to clamp it or put something in front of it, or just hold it with your hands. I'm clamping it because it's easier. And we're going to drill some holes in between these 2 woods where this can go through. And these 2 marks are where we're gonna drill. So the way I did the back is the same way I did the front, the same layout, except this time I made sure to leave the bolts inside so they can't be accessed from this side, just because the opening here is really small, and if you wanted to get your hands back there, it's not very accessible. So I just left these ones in there. They move in and out, but they just won't go all the way through. And then you just slide them right through their holes, and then you fasten them on the other side. So the bed we're doing this for is for a queen size bed, but I measured it to exact. So we're gonna have to add about ½ an inch or so, a little bit more, just to fit everything nice and snug. We're gonna add a little spacer in between what the side pieces are and what the backdrop is gonna be, the headboard. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's go. So I traced out the piece. It's like a L. I don't know if you can see that from there, but basically I'm gonna cut this piece off with the jigsaw, and then this piece is gonna fit right up against this side piece here, which will give us that little spacing. And then there will be a 2x4 that's gonna sit here, that's gonna go all the way across to the other side. Then the spacer, and then we're gonna have the other 2x4 that stands here that goes up, which will have the boards, which will be our headboard. So we're gonna go ahead and let's start doing that. So we just need to go ahead and just cut it right there. So I'm just gonna mark it right now. Okay, now that we've cut these little spacers, we're going to cut the 2x4 that's going to go from end to end. Okay, and the distance should be the same as the one in the back. leads up to this line here, but we're going to do the cut here at 58 inches. So 58 inches is how tall the backboard is going to be, and this is where the last wood will fall. Alright, let's go ahead and do this cut. Okay, now that we have this one side finished, we're going to go ahead and do the other side. Let's go into that. Now that I've got both sides finished, I'm just going to drill each side into this 2x4 here, from the bottom to the top. So let's go ahead and do that. Once we've got both of the pieces connected, we're going to start cutting the 1x6, and we're going to cut them at 6 feet, and then we're going to start laying them across. Okay, we're almost done. Yeah, look at that. That looks great. So now that I've cut all these pieces, they're all at 6 feet. There's enough to have some overhang, about 2 inches on each side. So we're going to mount the first one at the top, and then we're just going to line them up all the way down. I just took it upstairs and tested it out, and I just think I need to add 2 more pieces of wood here because there was too much showing. This part was showing too much and it wasn't looking very nice, and so I got 2 more of these to add down here, and then I'm gonna add just a little sliver right there because it doesn't fully add up, so I'm gonna add a little sliver just to hide that, and it'll make it much more flush and it'll make it look a lot nicer. So after test fitting it, I decided that it would be smart to put a little bit more support underneath these studs, just so we can have all the weight on the floor and not necessarily on this stud here. I also got 2 of these. These will be going in between the bed, so right along here, just to add extra support because it did have a lot of creaking when we did test it out. And so just to add extra support, just to not strain it so much, I wanted to add a wood there, and it's going to fit perfectly, slide in and perfectly slide in.
Hey guys, so here we have the finished product. I'm so thankful that I was finally able to finish it. I hope this tutorial was helpful and it guided you in some way or inspired you to build your very own wood frame. If you have any advice, any tips, comments, leave them down below. I'm also going to leave the link in the description to the blueprints for this whole project that I've done and everything that I had to buy and what it cost me here. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you in the next video.